Okay, guys, I think this is chapter 4 of Forever Winter. It's kind of a slow-moving, episodic-esque campaign. I'm gonna read you guys a recap and what's happened since. After meeting with Morgana, the mark was lifted from Gazik's flesh and supplanted upon Morgana. The child is weakened but soon recovered at your home in Slippery Stream. The winter was thwarted, at least here, and you lived in relative ease and comfort. But as you know, not all things are meant to last. The armies of Queen Victoria marched from the east, bringing her knights to the region, but Morgana's sway had grown. Although she sent emissaries to Slippery Stream ever so often, you had not seen her since that fateful day. Men that found her domain swore fealty to her to escape the cold, and her own army of outsiders, creatures, and sub-races formed quickly. Now Queen Victoria's armies remain at a standstill, looking to probe Morgana's defenses and take by force this one piece of heaven in the midst of a wintry hell. Slippery Stream is deep enough in the sanctuary to be spared from fighting, but you are all ever aware of the potential to be driven from your home again. As requested, no others have been gifted the chance to settle in Slippery Stream, leaving the 6 of you alone. You have lived in relative isolation for these last 2 years, and Gazik has grown into an orc warrior under the tutelage of Ruthor, Phaedron, and Constable. This life may be lonely for the young, such as Tulip, Mipa, and Gazik, but safe and comfortable for the old. And yet not all things are well, as 3 days hence Phaedron did not rise from his bed, and Tulip found her father in a fever dream. All your combined magics and remedies have been unable to break the sickness, and now only one avenue is given to you, a trip to Morgana once more. One second. As usual, it is raining, as it almost always is. You sit around the fire as Phaedron is lying in bed, weakened but semi-conscious currently. And you know of no other way to break this illness that is upon him. He looks up to all of you that are sitting around debating what you're going to do, remaining quiet himself, and feel free to get us started.
Constable's kind of, as always, kind of watching from the doorway, looks out every now and again, and stays pretty quiet for the moment.
Mipa's just whittling and occasionally glancing at Phaedron's fingers.
Leave those fingers be, Mipa.
Phaedron not dead yet. No fingers for Mipa.
We gotta go see the witch.
Constable kind of turns with a rattle towards Ruthor. Are you sure?
Phaedron is ill, and I haven't seen anything that's could cure him of this. We tried.
Yes, my magics did not work. But to go to her may incite war.
She's the only one we could turn to.
Constable nods with a loud, long creak.
Maybe I have to get Tulip to oil you again.
You hear another loud, long creak as he nods again.
No worry, Constable.
Standing around here for? I'll pick Phaedron up and we can carry him out.
No, just leave me here. It isn't that long of a journey by boat. I'll only slow you down.
Yeah, he's too weak. He's not a strong orc like us.
You can't just
Pencil
eat
looks
them.
visibly downcast at the mention of a boat.
Phaedron reaches over to Tulip and takes her hand. Girl, I'll be fine. You'll only be gone for a couple days at the most. I'll be fine, girl.
And Tulip grasped his hand tightly, holding it close to her heart. I can't leave you, though. I mean, you're all I have, and...
That's not true.
But...
That's right.
I mean...
Nipa comes over. I take care of you.
Well, Tulip, calm down. He kind of looks at me, but make sure you stay close to Ruthor and Gazik and Constable.
You will.
He kind of gives Meep a dirty look, even as sweat just kind of rolls down his brow. But just remember, we are family now, as Ruthor even says. I'll be fine. I just need to rest.
And what if you're not here when we get back?
Then bury me in the back. If that's what you mean. Because I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. And she'll kind of wipe tears from her eyes. I'll go. Just make sure you're here when we get back, okay?
I'll be here.
Okay.
Ruther will look at Phaedron. We take care of our orc. We are the one orc. She'll be safe.
Look after her, Ruthor, as if she was your own blood.
She is. Gazek, put all that brown you have into making something useful. Like something to carry our supplies. Making sure the boat's ready.
Meep ready, folks. And he immediately heads out.
Start gathering like bags and things like that, or any kind of sacks that he finds that are empty, and start putting supplies in for the journey.
That's what kind of turns to Ruthor. Are you sure it needs to be a boat?
I know you don't like them, but we need to move fast. And he'll come close to the constable and out of earshot of Tulip. I don't think he has long.
Constable nods. I agree.
Tulip,
Yeah.
would you mind giving Constable Godoiling before we go?
Yeah. And she'll walk over to Constable and grab the rag from her pocket and kind of start oiling him up. Is that better?
He kind of moves an arm with that kind of rattly motion. Yes, it is much quieter.
Good. We gotta make sure to, keep up with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gazek will come back with 2 big bags in front of Ruthor. All right, Pop. In this bag, all the food. This one, all the other stuff.
And what is this other stuff?
You know, bandages, things like that, in case we run into trouble.
Okay. Have you been taking care of the weapons?
Every day, just like you showed me.
Excellent. You're growing fast, son. Growing too fast.
I hope I never stop.
So do I. So do I.
You want to take one of these bags, Pop? I need to get my great axe.
Yeah, I'll take one. Give me the heavier one. I don't want you straining yourself.
Ha! Orcs, Pop.
We're all orcs, Gazek.
Gazek will hand him the lighter of the two bags. And then go grab his axe from across the side of the room.
We're gonna sling the lighter bag over. And then he'll gather up his weapons to bring. Ones that are getting heavier every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is everybody ready to go?
The sooner we go, the better. Let's hurry.
I
Yes.
agree.
And Tulip will grab her bow and her rest of her items and kind of get ready to head out.
Constable grabs up his shield and sword and straps the other one to his back, and yeah.
Let's go to the boat. And Ruther will head outside the...
Is it
Building.
still two boats?
Yeah, you guys
Oh,
have
just
two
one.
boats. Yep.
Yeah, you see Mipa struggling. He got over eager and tried to put both boats in the water at once, and now he's struggling to keep both of them from drifting away. He kind of looks back at you with a big smile with his big teeth and tries to make it look like everything's just fine, but you can see he's like slipping around and barely able to hold on.
Gazek will kind of fast walk over. Here, little orc, hold my axe. I'll get it. And just haphazardly give you the crate.
It's so heavy he falls back into the water under the weight of it.
Oh, damn
And
it!
kind of struggles back up.
Ruther will go over and grab the other pack from Mipa. I got a little orc. Get on the ship.
And Tulip will kind of hustle over. Mipa, do you need help getting on?
Mipa expert at boats.
Oh, okay. I mean, alright, whatever you say, Mipa.
He gets in a little awkwardly. The boat's kind of rocking back and forth, his little one. But he gets in. He says, "Room for one more. Small person, maybe." Small orc, small orc.
You wanna get in there?
That's not gonna fit me.
Ooh, you'd be surprised.
Mipa, you stay light enough to get ahead of us and scout the area in front.
Mipa looks vaguely disappointed, but he smiles and says, "Mipa leader."
And Ruther will give him a grin. We'll follow behind you. We know you. You know where you're going.
I wonder if Mistress has missed me.
Yeah, she might be hungry.
What? Mistresses don't eat orcs. Even little ones.
With that, Ruther will.
But he doesn't look like he's entirely sure about that.
Ruther's is gonna let him think what he wants to think with it. And he's gonna sling the 2 packs and in the one canoe.
Little orc, just yell really loud if something bad happens up ahead. We'll be there.
Will do, big orc.
Pat him on the
Constable
head.
clambers over to the boats through the water and clunk, clunk as he gets in, and clunk again as he sits down.
Doesn't get much easier, does it?
It does not.
And Tulip will hop into the boat with Ruthor. Though there is like the kind of jovialness in the air, she still looks fairly forlorn, considering.
It'll be alright, child.
Come on, slowpokes.
Oh,
He's a strong man.
yeah. I hope so.
And with that, Ruther will use a order push off.
You have all used boats besides Constable in the last 2 years and have not really had much problem navigating these waters. You know where the squalls are, you know the best way to go. Now, you haven't moved this far north, but you've used your canoes, and just like your skis earlier, you're quite proficient on the boats. And you head up the floodwaters further north, and it takes you a solid day and a half of canoeing and stopping, resting and whatnot as you make your way. Eventually, your travels bring you into this bog area, which Meepa is very familiar. None of you have traveled this far north since that fateful day when Gazik's brand was removed from his shoulder and transferred to Morgana. You arrive on your boats coming into the area and notice some changes. Unlike the last time you were here, there is a bustle of activity, actually. There are men walking back and forth wearing the hoods of animals, and other men in large fur cloaks and capes walking about as there's a small garrison. There are other houses on stilts in the area that are have been built up or more likely repopulated from an earlier time. This is certainly strange to Meepa, as when he was here for I'm not sure how many years it was, but probably a little while.
It was about 5 years.
Yeah. The only person here was his master, Morgana. As you come up this small stream that breaks off from the river to the south, you see men watching you as you kind of row closer and closer and closer, and they just kind of eye you as you approach this small encampment.
Stand proud, orcs.
Constable kind of gazes along the whole area, taking all of these sights. She has grown powerful.
I don't think that any one of us could be too surprised. Witches crave the power.
We should be careful going forward.
so long as she does not forget the ways.
Well, let's hope not. But we shall see. And with that, we'll pull the boat along and get out.
Meepa struggles to pull his little boat up, but gets it up there on the shore or the bank.
As you're disembarking your small boats, 3 men approach you. One is in a helm with 2 goat horns pointed down and wearing a heavy bear fur as a cape, and 2 men wear cloaks with hoods of bears as well. And they kind of approach you. The one in the middle talking out from behind his visor. Who are you? This is Lady Morgana's realm of the forest and the water.
Meepa puts up his hand and says,
Meepa returned to speak with his old mistress.
The helmeted face kind of looks in your direction and stares at you for a moment. Who is this imp? Meepa? You are not one of us?
He's an orc. We have come to visit your lady. Perhaps you've heard of us. We are the Orc clan that provided your mistress with the power that provides you with this warm weather.
The 2 men in the hoods kind of look at each other as the other one kind of stares at Ruthor. What are you talking about? I see 2 orc here, a goblin, stunted woman, and this monstrosity clockwork.
Luther will step forward now.
There's a small blaze in Constable's eyes.
Why do you insult us? It is uncivilized.
Meepa says, "We are all orc," and folds his arms.
All orc. And
One orc.
he just kind of shakes his head. The lady isn't expecting visitors. She's busy.
And at the moment, Teal will kind of step forward.
Well, we don't really care if she's busy at this point. We really need to talk to her. And, I mean, at this point, you're not really going to stop us. So either step aside or, we're going to make you step aside. So, pick one.
Well said, little orc. Make
Easy,
way.
children. Easy, children. We have words for reasons.
Refugees.
Don't have time for words.
Constable kind of steps forward. We have contract with your lady. Move or face repercussions from her.
Bah. Because you interest me, I'll send someone to talk to her and see. If not, low be the fury she will impart upon you.
Constable's eyes visibly glow brighter as he says that.
Ruther would put his hand on the constable's side. Not now. We talk to fools, not the lady herself.
Constable nods, ever vigilant.
As you are speaking, one of the men turns around and walks up the steps into the hut. And it doesn't take very long at all for him to walk back down and says, She said that they could go in. I was surprised. She seemed annoyed that I even asked. And the helmed man, cocks his head towards him and seems quite surprised from his head movement, at least.
That satisfy you, goat man?
We'll be sure to make sure that's you that she should be annoyed at.
Mm-hmm. He's probably her love slave.
And he kind of just steps out of the way and walks along the bank, deeper into the encampment, leaving you behind to enter the hut.
With that, Ruther will start walking towards the hut.
Yeah, Constable follows.
As you enter, again, there's a fire roaring, and it is very warm inside. You see Morgana, unaged, seated next to the hearth in a large wicker chair, her legs crossed as she holds a goblet in one hand and a tome of some sort in another. And as you crest the top step, she closes the tome and sits it on her lap and watches as you enter. The one thing you notice clearly is she's wearing a dress with straps over her shoulders that cut across the top of her breasts. However, on the center of her chest, you notice a very, very, very familiar mark that was long upon Gazik's shoulder. And instead of black, it is actually marked white, inverted. So what was black before is now white. And she stares at you as you enter. It has been many long years since you have come to me and changed the world for good.
Yes. And I see the years have been kind to you.
That depends what you mean, or that depends upon what you mean, Ruthor. I have been busy fighting for the survival of this place.
You don't look a bit older than the first time I saw you.
You do.
The years have not been so kind, I guess.
Orc age rapidly, do they not?
Constable kind of looks between Gazik and Ruthor and nods. Flesh does age swiftly. And then he looks to Morgana.
She kind of looks at...
Curious.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, just curiously. Go ahead.
Yeah, she kind of looks across all the five of you, and her gaze lingers on Meepa. Ah, young Meepa.
Meepa stands proudly. Yes, mistress.
Are you returning to enter my service once more?
He says, well, Meepa orc now. Meepa help in village. Do many important things.
Such as?
Sweep. Sometimes cook. Now. Move boats. Fix nets.
Then it seems that you are Very important, because that is almost exactly what you did here, Mipa. I trained you well.
I am not ungrateful.
And she smiles, and then her eyes go to Gothic. And look, the child has grown. Quite large, in fact.
Yeah. Pop says I may not even be done growing yet.
Perhaps. Perhaps. But I suppose you did not travel all this way for a chat, did you? I see pain and sadness on the girl's face. She looks to Tulip. And the old man, he is not here.
That's why we're here.
She'll kind of take a deep breath to compose herself.
Well, we've tried everything, and he doesn't seem to be getting better, and you're kind of the only one we thought of that might be able to help.
Mipa says,
We know of your great power. If anyone can fix him, the great mistress can do it.
and he winks at Tulip.
She smiles slightly. Perhaps tell me of his symptoms.
Well, just kind of one day he didn't get up anymore, and he's been kind of in a cold sweat. He's been in a lot of pain, and he's definitely been sleeping a lot more than, he usually has. We're not sure what's wrong. He says it hurts all over, and we're unable to help him at all. No matter what we do, we can't ease any of the pain, and we're just kind of at wit's end here.
Yeah, Constable nods as she speaks. Yes, even my magics could not help.
She stands and kind of tosses the tome to the side onto a small table and takes a drink from her goblet, leaving her lips red unnaturally, which kind of gives her a sinister bent as the shadows play off her face from the firelight of the fireplace. And she walks forward. I think I know what this is about. The curse. There is another curse, you see. Queen
What is it?
Victoria, her mages, they have brought a curse upon this land. Not one of winter, but something that they can push forward with their own powers. Yes. Poisoning our fish, our food, our fowl.
Is it just poisons, or is it more?
An unnatural poison, one that cannot be healed by any herb or remedy.
Well, then how do we stop it?
There's no way that I know of. I am sorry.
Constable kind of looks at her, and the flames in his eyes is quite deep and almost becomes almost bluish for a moment. And if they were to die,
The mages? Oh, I think it would not matter. And if anyone wants to, they can roll, I would say intellect.
sure, might as well.
Oh, boy.
Sure.
Let's use my smartness.
Constable doesn't know. Gazek definitely doesn't. Sorry, definitely doesn't know. Neither.
What's a mage?
Well, son, they're
The
horses.
three things that hit things don't know things.
Mages.
So those who pass know that she Seems like she might be holding something back.
Meepa whispers, I think she's holding something back.
Tulip will
Holding what
frown.
back? I don't see anything that she's holding.
And Tulip will kind of frown at the wish.
You know, we came kind of a long way for this, and we're kind of, in a really tight spot. Considering all we've really done for you, I'd be really appreciated if you didn't hide anything from us, considering.
She looks to Tulip. I was hoping this would not come to this when I heard what you were asking for, but it is your own decision, I suppose. There's a place deep in these bogs and swamps. A place of ancient healing, they said. A fountain that could cure all ills. Supernatural and mundane. But it has been closed to the outside for many years. And said to be haunted.
That sounds good.
Haunted.
Draw us a map, maybe?
I can do better. I know men that know where it is, and I can send them to guide you and keep you safe until you get there. If this is what you wish, I do not suggest it.
Constable nods almost immediately.
I think that's the best plan.
What is this haunted by?
No one truly knows. Even I have not been in this ancient place of healing.
Well, we must do it for Phaedron. Yeah, us orcs look out for ourselves.
Morgana speaks up. Are you sure that is wise? The old man, how many years does he really have left, if he is healed?
More than enough.
He deserves as many as he can get.
Is it worth the death of your son, Ruthor, or his daughter, or even Meepa?
I don't ask him to come, but I won't stop them. And I know they want to.
We're going, and we ain't gonna die. Doesn't matter.
There are worse things than death, Gazik.
Well, I don't know what they are, so they sure don't scare me.
Yes, you weren't present for when we dealt with the fat one.
Fatty. I
Yes.
remember him.
But yes, we would appreciate it if you could have those guides show us the way.
Very well. It will not be long. I will summon them. You may rest here. Touch nothing, please. And she kind of strides out, and as she's passing Gazik, she kind of takes her long fingers and kind of strokes them across his collarbone as she's walking by.
Gazik will look a bit taken aback for a moment, but then just kind of shrug it off and look at Ruthor.
She's probably older than me, son.
I don't know, Pop. You're pretty old.
And wise.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. That's why we are the great orcs. We have it all. Wisdom, looks, and bronze.
and boats.
You
And Mipa,
We should rest a little bit. I got a feeling it's gonna be a long journey.
The constable nods. Indeed.
And don't worry, Tulip. We'll be back to see your father before you know it.
Okay. I just. I trust you.
Yes.
You wait not very long, probably 10 minutes, and Morgana returns, and at her heel are same men that you had, or you assume at least one of them is the same. The others, there's many men dressed kind of similarly, but the one guy with the goat helm is the only one you've seen dressed like that. Comes back. Morgana has him at the doorway behind her. My captain, Gayford, he shall take you.
You're not just giving him us because he annoyed you earlier, are you?
He knows the way. He listens to my commands and will do as I said. He will lead you there. He will protect you until you get there. They will not venture far into this place. I wish them not to suffer whatever lays in hiding there.
That is fine. That is very fine. We don't ask for anybody else to take our burdens. We are a strong orc.
Very well then. Bring what you find directly back to Phaedron. Do not bother coming back here. I assume that what you find, it would be obvious. But if you think you need me to look at it, then fine. But every moment you wait, if this poison is what I believe it is, as life is in danger, I would not wish you to tarry.
Sounds good. Every moment counts. So we shall go.
We have to hurry.
Yes.
then let's stop talking about it and go. Mipa.
And Mipa just starts walking and says,
Well, love slave, let's go. You heard her, mistress.
He looks down.
Constable
Yeah.
follows.
The man in the goat helm looks down at Mipa. I'm not her love slave. That would be a great
He
honor.
yelled out of that one.
Yeah, Mipa, don't insult him like that. Call him what he is, the goat man. Lead on, goat man.
That great honor. He just said it, great honor.
Oh, well, don't honor him like that then.
Yeah, best not insult the lady.
By the time you guys are talking amongst yourselves, she's already went inside. And the man says, It's a tough walk. Let's go if you can keep up.
I'll try.
Well, lead the way.
So
Well then.
the goat man and 5 of his soldiers lead you deep into the swamp. Mipa has been in this area maybe a few times, but never quite this far. The only thing he knows about this area of the bogs, it's very, very dangerous and very, very supposedly haunted. And you feel that it is colder as you come in this direction. Oh.
Meepa's a little nervous, so he says to the captain,
You sure you're not a little slave? You walk a little funny.
You can't see anything, Darren?
he-
Oh, I see why. Never
No,
mind.
nothing.
Yeah, I got you. I know why.
Poor Meepa blind.
Is that better?
Yes,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
Seeing it's not so great, huh?
a little bit disconcerting.
Yeah, he looks to me, but he's like, it's because I'm walking through this bog. Here, there's a dry patch over here. We should take a rest for a moment. We're getting close. You'll want to have your strength. And him and his men kind of like move over to the dry patch and just kind of all sit down and begin to eat like jerky. And he pulls his helmet off, and Ruthor and Gazik are kind of surprised to see he's actually an orc.
A true orc. One of the high orcs.
Why doesn't he just have his face out instead of wearing that goat helm?
I think it's for protection.
Yeah, the fat one had stuff on for protection too.
Maybe it's because his face looks like a butt.
And Tulip laughs at that.
Besides, orc heads are as thick as rock. Why would we need a helmet?
Have you tested it before, Gazik? Your head
Yes.
can walk. Oh. Try again.
And then he slams his head against the side of his great axe. Not the sharp side, but
Not the sharp side, yeah.
the flat end.
Constable's kind of patrolling around the little patch of dirt that they're on.
Ruther approached the orc. So, orc, why do you hide?
What are you talking about?
A true orc doesn't hide behind a helmet.
What are you talking about?
Your helmet, why you wear it?
So if I'm hit in the head with something, it doesn't kill me.
Are you soft on the head?
He just looks at you and he's like, I think you're the one that's soft in the head. And he kind of like points to his temple.
Soft in the head, maybe, huh? That's where my wisdom is.
Exactly. I would sit down and rest if I were you.
This little bath here is nothing compared to what we've seen. I understand if you need to, what do they call it? A nap.
Don't need a nap. If you're ready to go, we can push on, I suppose. Figured your little ones would want to rest.
He has a good point, Bob. The little ones, they're orcs, but they're not high orcs.
Ruther, look over at Tulip, Meepa. Well, mostly at Tulip.
I can. I'll push myself for this. I'll be okay. I want to get this.
Meepa
wanna
says,
get
I'm fine, I'm fine.
he stands up.
Meepa's fine. I'll be fine. I just want to get back. I just want to get back to Dad soon.
I can carry her on my shoulders, Bob. Give her a break.
That works.
Yes, do that. And with that, Ruth will look back at the orc. Shall we continue?
Goat man.
Yeah, fine. Get up, boys. Let's keep going. And he throws his helmet back on and continues along the way.
Meepa, are you able to keep up?
Well, I'm fine. If you need me to take a turn, I can put Tulip on my shoulders too.
I think I'm okay, Meepa, but thanks.
The orc god gave you little fingers for a reason, Meepa.
Not too little.
Good enough for the witch.
Meepa grins and just kind of wiggles his fingers a little bit.
Metal Orc, you still good to keep going?
Constable nods. Yes. No tire. Ever vigilant.
Okay.
So he pushes you forward for another few hours, and the muck is up to your knees. For those that stand at a normal height. For Meepa, it's at least up to the bottom part of his chest. Tulip is on Gazik's shoulders, so it kind of, even her weight pushes him further down into the muck and makes it very, very difficult to walk through. Eventually, though, however, you come to what you've been looking for, as you can see it as you round this large grove of trees sitting in the middle of this gigantic bog that you've entered. And you didn't see it, but now it's clear as you come into a small path of this old place. And you see this before you. The orc says, "This is it. Never been this far. Never been this close. Can't say I ever wanted to."
I understand. Some people may be scared. Never expected an orc to be.
He looks to you and he's like, "Don't be a fool. You should turn around and go back. This place is cursed. Didn't the woman tell you?"
Well, a true orc never abandons any one of his tribe.
"What are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard."
I would expect much. Feel free to sit outside if you want.
"No, my mistress has given me an order. I want to go in with you and stay at the entrance." "Come in. Let's go and do our duty." And he begins to approach this building, which is made of wood, fungus, mushrooms, it looks like. All kinds of natural type of things. There's definitely no stone or anything like that in here. And actually, as you kind of walk down this path almost. There, in front of the doorway, you see archways made of flowers and vines and that sort of thing.
Constable keeps a constant eye all around him. The way we came and the way we're going. Seems almost paranoid how much he's looking around.
Shall we continue?
Yeah, let's try to get through this place.
Okay. So as you approach the entryway, the orc sent by Morgana walks up to this door, which appears to be this fleshy, rubbery substance with a crack in the middle of it, more just perfect angle straight down. And as he gets closer, it kind of sucks back, opening the way, and you see these basically tendrils of slime kind of stand or be pulled across both sides, and the guy just like frowns, pulls out a sword, and just like sweeps it out of the way, and it's and he just kind of looks back over his shoulder and steps inside.
Uther will step inside as well, following them.
Mm-hmm.
Gazik
Constable as well.
And so does Tulip.
You walk in, and you see the first thing that is quite strange is there's these unnatural lights lit in the central corridor, and they just are sitting there and just giving some ambient light to the room, and the orc's like, I didn't expect that. And each of them had brought like torches.
Well, save your fire for when you need it.
We should be wary, though. I mean, who else is in here?
Yes, ever vigilant. Constable kind of takes a few steps off a ways to get a better look.
Does anybody want to roll a perception for me?
Sure.
Sure.
Might as well. Well,
I see fire.
I would if I could see.
Oh, yeah.
Go figure out.
No, his
well,
token
Ruthor can definitely see.
blinked. Went on here. Oh, sorry, Darren.
God hate me, but
You can see now, Darren, is that correct?
mm-hmm.
Okay. For those who did pass, you kind of hear this sound behind you, and as you kind of like look back, you see the door has like closed itself. There are no handles. There are no anything. And the men that are kind of behind, you're all kind of bunched in the beginning of the room, and as you came in, it seemed to open as you got close, but you're all standing fairly close to the door, and it's not opening to go back out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Constable kind of turns around, I suppose we must go deeper.
With that, Ruther will look at the goat orc. If you watch closely and listen, you might see how true orcs act and behave.
He just looks down at Ruthor and, we're staying here as ordered. Go do what you want. If I think you've died, we'll leave.
We ain't dying. Take my great axe, sling it over my shoulder.
At least take some of these torches to light your way.
Oh yeah,
Thank
They'll
you.
probably a good idea.
They'll pass over as many torches as you want. Is that everybody gonna take a torch?
Yeah, Constable will take one.
Gazik will take
Now.
2.
Two of us not gonna take one for now.
Yeah, I'll say Ruther sees everybody take him, so he's not gonna take one. Left or right?
You just
Let's go right.
Right, you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, never go left. Always go right.
Why is that? Nothing wrong with left.
Left is usually the wrong way.
you notice that it.
But just frowns.
Yeah, you notice in front of you too that those gates are kind of half ajar. You could probably push past them and go straight as well.
Yeah, does it seem like something that could be pushed open more, or?
Yeah, it appears
Or just-
you think that you could push through and get to the other side. You don't think that would be a problem.
Yeah, Meeple will
This
take a
place-
closer look.
This place looks vaguely familiar. Like I've seen it before in a dream.
I'm not above stealing things. So.
Isn't that other guy in Blood Bowl?
Yes.
Mm,
No, that's not what it is, though.
So we would have to squeeze through.
No, you could. I mean, maybe a little bit, but you could get through without a problem.
Meeple will try slipping through.
You do.
what do you see, small orc?
Statues? Funny symbol on floor?
What kind of symbol?
Like a star in sky.
And there is another torch out there too that seems to be lit.
So all of us could squeeze through?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can all get through.
Alright. Well, so should we go straight first?
Straight's probably better than turning at all.
Mm.
Constable goes up and kind of, there's like a creak as he kind of pushes some of the bars open a bit more, just so he can get through more easily.
As you arrive here, you see clearly there's stairs down, and that seems to be the only way.
I guess there's
Down.
no choice but down.
I'll go first.
Oh. Alright.
Meeple will look at this symbol on the floor. Has he ever seen this before or anything like it?
Intellect with 2 banes.
Any chance I could roll as well?
Yeah, you could roll.
I don't suppose there's any kind of bonus for like being like an old faith.
Not in this.
Follower.
Not in this case.
Okay. Cool. You said with a bane?
2.
2 banes.
Come on, no, yeah. Constable's got no fucking idea.
Meeple got a 10 though.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. looking at, Meepa?
Funny symbol. I know I've seen this before. Mistress have book with that symbol on it.
Oh, do you know what it meant?
Probably something to read.
Hmm. That's kind of strange that she'd have a book with this symbol on it.
Yeah, she knows about this place. Mistress knows many things.
Yeah, she also hides many things, so.
She does. Let's continue on. There's only one way to find out, and that's to move on.
Constable kind of follows after down into the depths.
Maybe go too. This time keeping eyes open.
Yes. Don't be scared, Meepa. Don't be scared. Tulip, are you coming?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just checking it out. Let's go.
Must travel tight.
Gaznick would obviously also be trying to push ahead of his dad to make sure he's in front. Oh, jeez.
You walk into this room that's lit strangely like others are, and you see corpses in various stage of decay all over the floors, piled up everywhere.
Gaznick will hold his arms out. Whoa, hold on.
And Tulip will grab onto Ruthor.
What is this?
Well, that is a lot of dead bodies.
Why are they down here? Are they fresh? Or
Constable kind of just walks clean up to the nearest ones and kind of looks them over, prods them with his sword.
Seem to be pretty old, but they're not skeletons, so you understand flesh well enough to know that eventually these bodies would completely just decompose into dust and bone. They have various different types of clothing on. Nothing very telling. Threadbare stuff, you know.
How'd they die, Metal Orc?
Yeah, he kind of looks if there's any like telltale signs, like missing arms, etc.
Just do a straight intellect roll on that.
Okay.
They are partially decomposed.
Oh, wait a minute, I have a thing on it. There's that tackles.
You have an intellect.
Oh yeah, I have
The button.
I have prayer. I keep forgetting I have prayer to give me a boon. Nope.
It's hard to say. You've seen some arms that appear to be detached from bodies, but it could be just that they fell off. You don't see anything that could you guarantee would be a wound or anything like that.
Constable kind of calls back. I am not sure. I heal
Take a look.
living.
Meepa
I don't
will
like
start
this.
picking through the bodies. That doesn't bother him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this at all.
Maybe you want to do an intellect roll. Yeah, so Meepa, let me whisper to you.
I wonder how they died.
Well,
Don't know.
it looks like they weren't eaten.
Something probably killed them.
Oh, well,
I assume they didn't just come down here to die.
This is worrisome.
Very.
Gassic wants to look at the walls.
Sure. The walls themselves are made of stone, unlike the outside of this place, which looked more organic. This definitely looks like it was made by someone with heavy stone. There's no particularly interesting markings where you are now.
Magic kill these bodies.
Magic.
Magic, curse, something nasty. Not traps.
Moves onward.
Not weapons.
Ever vigilant. He keeps an eye out for anything that he would deem sort of magical in any kind of way, but yeah.
Yeah, right now you do not see anything. No. There's less bodies in this chamber, but there's still some more.
Tulip will carefully kind of tread over the bodies.
Did Nipa find anything of any interest among the bodies?
Yeah, there's various like knives and a few coins and that thing, but nothing like special. Some blades. Some of them had armor on, but nothing like that
If he
special.
finds anything of particular curiosity, he will stuff it in his little pocket or something, whatever he's got.
Yeah, nothing particularly interesting. There's a crossbow. There's things like that, but
I assume all the fingers are too withered and old to be tasty.
I don't know. That's up to what you like.
I was gonna say I can't
I'd
quite
like
see
it
anything
fresher.
right there.
Fresher meat.
In front of you can't see it.
Yeah, the shadow is casting weird off of that.
Oh, okay.
don't know why.
Let me just kill that shadow so you can see.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. So this is as it's depicted. You see this faintly glowing sword sitting on this altar.
Ooh.
Ooh, pick it up. Nothing bad happened.
Constable seems quite curious of this and kind of sheathes his ruined sword and kind of reaches forward if no one stops him.
No. Don't, Constable, I probably wouldn't touch that. We should maybe examine it with our eyes and not our hands.
Bunch of dead bodies in a room.
Nothing back here.
I feel like maybe this sword might be the reason why all these people are dead. Maybe it's cursed or something.
Perhaps. But there is nothing else.
Well,
We could go back and look at the other steps. Maybe these fools didn't look there.
maybe we look at the sword first.
Constable kind of looks the sword over a bit without picking it up.
Why don't you guys all give me a perception check?
Oh boy.
Righty.
Come on, perception.
Constable is not doing too hot today.
No.
You didn't do too hot last session, as I recall, either. A lot
Yeah.
of bad rolls. So those that did pass their perception hear something faintly in the distance. Not working. You basically hear the sounds of screaming, steel being drawn, fighting.
Yeah, Constable grabs the sword.
As you grab the sword, you notice something closer than you might think. So behind you, you're as the corpses behind you begin to rise.
Aw, that's not fair.
Maybe you should put the sword back, Constable.
Damn it! I knew I should have eaten their fingers.
You can control them.
Yeah, so Constable kind of has the new shiny sword in one hand and his ruined sword in the other now.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds to
Yeah.
make that happen. So everybody prepare to make a fright check. Just wait before...
Alright.
You're going to do it with
Yep.
1 Bane, but give me a second.
Is that Will? I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, Constable basically just like he heard screaming and swords being drawn and kind of gut reaction grabbed the sword and pulled out his other one.
2 seconds here. Let go.
Yeah.
Damn it, metal orc.
Hey, maybe they were gonna come up anyway. Now we'll never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Don't worry, Dad. I got you. As long as I don't get scared.
All right, I've added a macro to you, Constable. You should see a new item on there called Mystery Sword.
Sweet. Fancy sword.
Okay, so now we're gonna do our fright checks. So everybody's gonna roll willpower with 1 Bane.
Alright, I'll use Freya to give me a boost.
Keep a brave. Protect girlfriend.
There we go. Constable's good at that.
God damn it.
Don't forget you have some fate points here, so you have 2 of
Oh, yeah.
those.
Oh, we just started. I can't use it right
Yeah,
now.
just let you guys know.
That's how it usually goes, and then it's like, oh man, we have fate points at the end of the session. Man, that's fun.
Ruthor, go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Gazik and Tulip, you are frightened. So you become frightened for a number of rounds of 1d3 plus your insanity total. Or gain 1 insanity if it's already frightened. So what's your insanity total?
2.
2?
I don't think I have any.
Yeah, you shouldn't have
Let's
none.
see.
So go ahead and
Oh,
roll
no?
1d3,
Okay.
both of you.
Oh.
So for 5 rounds for Tulip, for 3 rounds for Gazik. Okay, hold on. It doesn't take you out of...
I have to clean up mess afterwards.
Let's see, what would that be? So 3 for you, 5 for you. Alright, so Frighten, what it does is you take all attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 Bane. So remember that on all your tokens or your macros, when it comes up, whatever I added all your talents in with that. So you might have a default of 2 Banes or probably 2 Boons or something. So when you see that modifier pop up, just make it 1 less of whatever it is for those who are frightened. Not a real big surprise here. Go ahead and declare your fast or slow actions. For those that do not remember, slow actions allow you to move and attack, and fast actions allow you to attack or do a spell or an action, something like that. So,
I'm gonna slow.
yeah. If you want to
Sounds
do
cool.
green for fast and blue for slow, that's fine. If that's what you were doing,
Tulip and
Darren.
I have to go slow per frightened.
Do you?
Yep. So cannot take fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are correct.
Being some distance away from any of them, I have to go slow so I can move.
Wait, don't you have a bow?
I do. Actually, yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, Meepa might be a good idea to like get back here.
Meepa's gonna go dagger shit on these guys for now.
Nice.
yeah, I do have a bow. I'll go short.
Okay. All right, so you guys, the ones that are next to you, basically we're talking about. I don't want to have to change every single one of them, but the ones that are in range, like within like a meter or whatever. This one next to Mipa, and then 2 next to Gazik are going fast. So, but you guys are up the fast guys.
Ruther, seeing guys like hesitate, is gonna level his bow at the closest one on the right.
Mm-hmm. That's a hit. Okay.
Nice.
So when the total of your attack is... Nope, didn't quite get that. So yeah, that like sticks into the creature in its head, right in its forehead, and it just kind of wobbles but doesn't fall. Alright. Next, Mipa.
Mipa going to whip out dagger and slice this fucker with one boon, because he tricky. Aww.
Uh-oh.
That is a miss. I believe. Oh, actually, hold on 1 second. These things are very slow.
Oh, it's a 1. He definitely missed.
It is a natural 1.
Yep, that one's always miss, I think.
Not in this one.
No, there's no critical or critical misses in this system. That's actually a hit.
Ha!
Jeez.
Die, scum.
You stab it.
Yeah,
and
there's a few things that are like that where it's like
you assume something, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
2d6 bonus.
Yeah, that kills it.
Ha! Take that, little sucker.
And then I will use my triggered action with quick reflexes to pop back.
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Okay, now I'm not so stupid.
The monstrosities next to Gazik go attacking. The first one that was shot in the head attacks.
Nah.
That misses. The one to the south of him just a bit swings. Also misses. And that's the only guys that can do fast actions, so it is your guys who has the slow actions. They're up.
Go ahead, Constable.
All right, yeah. Let's flex the fancy new sword, eh? So yeah, he kind of moves up to try and cut off this way from him. And yeah, so he is going to attack this one here with both swords. So it'll be at 2 Banes, but he's going to use triggered for boon from prayer. So he'll and it'll just tack the damage on from the other sword if this one hits. So here we go. Mystery sword. Oh, so it's got 2 baselines, so it'd be 1 actually after all that. Oh my! I like this sword. Let me go ahead. Oops, sorry, I clicked the button.
You're fine.
And then
Oh my.
for the other sword, did I kill it?
Yes, it's dead. When you hit it with the first sword, the second sword doesn't even matter, as it's just you cut it in twain, and like fire ripples from this blade only as it touches this undead flesh, and it just kind of like smolders the thing, and it goes up in flames and kind of topples to the side, very dead.
Yeah. Constable's feeling pretty good. The flames in his eyes are growing darker and brighter. Well, that's kind of, you get the idea.
One's doing one, the other's doing
Not
the
really.
other.
Yeah.
Like the innie and the outie. I guess it's me then. Gazik, obviously taken aback by the corpses getting up with the floor, spins, wild look in his eye, not entirely one of confidence, is going to try to swing on the one that has the arrow in its head. And I think I'm making it with no boons, no banes, because I have +1 boons for being a berserker.
Ouch.
It's dead. How does that look?
So, obviously taken aback, probably not having fought undead ever.
No.
Pop, the dead are getting up! It is side swing and just lop its head off as it kind of resounds and meaty plop against the ground.
Stand tall, Orc, stand tall.
Tulip?
Yeah, so I actually have an ability called Uncommon Courage. So when I become frightened, I can use a triggered action to make a will challenge roll.
Okay.
On a success or remove the affliction. So
Okay. Let's try
do I
that.
have any,
Nice, yeah. I
do I
forgot
have
halflings
banes
are
for
actually
that?
pretty badass.
Say that again?
do I have any banes for that, or do I just roll flat 0?
No, you would just roll it as it's a flat 0.
Oh, you know, that's another good point. Also, they reroll 1s. Anybody within short range of them can do that like once a round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
pass.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Still scared.
So, Tulip, already kind of being afraid, kind of in this area, and seeing the corpses kind of rise up, she'll bring her bow up with a shaky hand and try and knock her arrow with her other hand. And as she's aiming at one of the closest risen dead there, she'll kind of close her eyes a little bit, not afraid, and fire away. See if it works.
Okay.
So I think so I have a 1 there. Do I just knock it down by 2?
Knock it down just by 1.
Okay.
That is a hit for 6 damage. That actually kills it.
There we go. So even with her eyes closed and her shaky hands, her arrow still strikes true, and happily takes the zombie down. Still doesn't remove the kind of shaken fear that she's experiencing, but slightly puts her at ease. Only a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So the one in front of Constable just swings out mindlessly. Definitely miss. And the rest of them begin to move in your direction. Let's see here. Yeah. Basically. Okay. They're all just kind of slowly moving in here. Alright, go ahead and declare your actions.
Oh, I'm going slow.
I'm staying green.
The earth shakes.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay, those are going fast. Please go first.
Alright, we're through knock another arrow. Seeing another undead standing in front of Gazik. Put a smile on his face and take another shot off.
Okay, go ahead. That's a hit. You're the one that attacking the one that's facing Gazik. That kills him.
Yep.
Yeah, you just put it through his eye, and it just kind of like topples over. Nobody else with fast actions, right? So the one facing Constable swings on him.
Okay. Doesn't quite land. Yeah.
Nope. Bounces off your
Oh,
metal
Constable has
body.
a thing. if you guys don't mind Constable doing a thing real quick.
No, go for it.
Haha, metal orc.
So Constable kind of shifts around this one straight up, like right in the other one's faces. So he'll probably, I take it that one will swipe at him.
Yep.
Yeah, not quite. And I will use Fire Blast
Oh, baby.
as he just points his rune sword towards them and unleashes a gout of flame.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a good 9 feet long and just.
Outrageous.
9 feet long. Okay. So
Yep, 3 yards. Yeah.
so this is gonna kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
ouch.
So I'm just gonna remove them from the map. Just burns them, and they just like fall in a heap.
Yeah, he kind of runs, charges up there, kind of like the art if you see his tab, and just points the rune sword forward and kind of shouts out, "Heart of fire!" And flames pour over them, leaving cinders.
Mm-hmm. All right. The rest of you long guys, go ahead.
Meepa.
I'm short, not long.
Let's see. Meepa, the dagger. He sniffs and licks the blade. Is there any blood on it?
Sure.
Ooh, okay. That's excites him. He sheathes it for later, and then pulls out his crossbow. And he'll take on this guy that's real close.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, dead.
Excellent.
Put it through its head and it just topples.
Just
Gazak,
take a
Tulip.
half little step up.
Yep.
Let's see. I don't really know how far I could move.
What's your speed?
Let me take a look.
Probably 12 or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like 12
10.
yards.
Okay, so you can't double move, can you?
You could move and then use a sprint, but yeah, it's like 10 yards, yeah. So.
Because I just want to get up next to Constable, try to bottle.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can sprint, right?
I have to make any kind of roll for that.
I'm just gonna say
I don't
no.
think so.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
because you can do a move and then you can do an action to run. I think is what it's. I forget what it's
So
called.
yeah, basically use both your actions to move.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Metal Orc. We gotta stop him there. Let's get shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, he's pretty much. Yeah.
And
Nice.
so how far? So I got 8 movement. So I can move what, 8 feet?
Yep.
All right.
So are we going feet or are we going yards? I don't
It's just whatever units. I almost always do
Yeah.
units. I just never just changed it.
Go.
know. Okay.
Are they within my line of sight?
Yep.
Okay.
You can probably shoot around them. I would say that's fine.
Alright, so.
There's so many of them.
It's pretty shaken right now still, but take a deep breath anyway.
Don't you get to try again?
I think it's only initially, like as a reaction.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
Yeah, it's a triggered action when you have to do it.
Meepa will comfort you and make you not scared.
that makes it worse.
2 Banes now.
Damn.
My.
Dead.
The head again.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tulip is a.
And you can take another turn as well because of your exploit.
Oh, okay. So I can shoot again.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Shot number 2.
Dead. Which one did
Maybe
you
you
want?
should be scared all the time.
Probably the one. Let's see.
Closest to constable makes it that one.
Yeah.
The one you pinged. Okay.
Yeah, let's see that one.
Okay.
She's closing her eyes and firing.
Yeah. For Daddy.
Daddy.
I think that's all of you guys, right?
Yep.
They just begin to. They can't attack yet. They're just in the middle now. Mindlessly clamoring for. Bah! Okay.
Constable's gonna go fast this time. Oh, he's up in there.
I'm still spooked.
Yeah. Whoever can go fast, please do so. Or wants to, I should say.
What was it? Red for fast? I thought it was green.
It doesn't matter. Green or red, it's
Oh,
the same.
sorry, I'm just habit.
No, you're
The red
fine.
ones go faster.
So Ruther will let another arrow go into the horde approaching, aiming for the first one on the right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Dead.
He's not even paying attention if it drops or not, he's just firing.
Maybe shoot at that guy behind him.
Okay. Dead. So, I'm just to
Right in
speed
the
this up.
face.
Yeah, you guys these things just walk into your swords and blades and arrows and quills, and they're all trying to get to you, but you just mow them down as they just try to get through to you. And now there's just a pile of bodies in front of you. Dead again.
Yeah, Constable kind of goes around to each of them with his new sword, kind of taking that blade along and cleaving the heads free,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Yep. They all appear very dead
Bursts of
now.
flame.
Good shooting, Tulip.
Thanks. I try.
Meepa offers the dagger to Tulip if she wants a lick.
I'm okay.
It's not bad for dead man.
I'm just glad we got out of here alive.
Me too. Glad Tulip alive.
Yeah,
Constable.
Kind of. Yeah.
Gazek, good fighting.
Constable
easy.
nods. He holds up the sword. This seems useful.
It does. Do you think that's the item we needed?
He shrugs. Perhaps,
It's good at jacking things up.
but unless Phaedron, he's thinking about Phaedron. Constable, kind of says, unless Phaedron were, he kind of looks to the corpses. This seems to harm them.
Well, then maybe we should continue.
Constable nods. Indeed. Ever vigilant.
Now with that, Ruther will start wading through the dead bodies again towards the stairs.
Yeah.
Until the will gingerly kind of walk around them.
Don't be afraid, child.
I mean, you can say that all you want, but it's still gonna be.
They're double dead now. Can't hurt you no more.
Yeah, nothing can come back another time.
Yeah, what he said.
We throw a look at Gazik.
Everything
Have much
probably
experience?
I do now. That was too easy, Pop.
That means there's still a greater challenge.
Okay. Oh, we just awesome. Oh.
Well,
1 second, guys. Hold on.
I suppose we should go to the right, since you never go left.
Oh, well now right is left and left is right. Oh, very confusing.
No. You gotta remember how we came in. That's the right way.
But now right's that way.
Right is
And
always
left is
right.
that way.
Oh, let's just
Uh,
take the right now.
yeah, it's a good point.
No, you never go
He
left,
just
Gazik.
points at his head.
Meepa the brains of the operation.
Whatever you want to think, Weepa. Whatever you want to think.
Oh.
Yeah, coming.
What's going on?
Not going right. Everything else.
Dead body.
Oh no.
No more
Oh no.
love slave for mistress.
Oh,
Yep.
go
And
in.
you come in, and the your escort is in here, dead.
Oh no.
Oh. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Oh well, fresh fingers.
Meepa gets out his dagger and starts collecting.
Nothing else dead here? True Ark would have at least killed the thing that killed him.
He was soft in his head.
Oh, what?
My.
Meepa's very distracted by the fingers. He's so excited. They're fresh. So much better than dead fingers.
You begin taking off some of the fingers.
I can just imagine them like starting to wriggle as he's chewing on them.
Oh, he's saving them for later. This is a delicacy. He's gonna carefully lay it. He's got a little sack. He's gonna carefully put them in.
Where are you guys going here?
To the right.
Right.
All right. I'm going that way. All right.
Yeah, Meepa probably lags behind just a couple minutes. Oh well.
There's some bars on the right this time.
Wait,
It
did
loo-
we come in this way?
No. Oh, yep. Sorry, you're in the wrong way. All right. Hold on a second. There. Sorry.
Where did we go?
Oh, this time travel is so confusing. To the right, Gazik.
Yeah, got it.
We still have torches.
I hit
Nice.
the door
Shit.
here.
I don't know what's going
Very
on.
dark.
It should be. Yeah, you don't. I don't know what happened. I didn't snuff them.
Stop bumping into my leg, Meepa.
Don't worry, I got plenty of fingers.
I'll
Your
see
leg
the
is
back.
safe.
Tulip, get between me and Constable.
Oh.
okay. I mean, I can protect your back, maybe.
That's fine.
Considering I'm doing most of the killing.
Pretty green.
I mean, make it a competition, guys.
What are these things? These green bits?
They are small, so kind of like about waist high on Constable and Ruthor, and in the middle is a looks like a gem, a green glowing gem in both of them.
Pretty.
Meepa immediately starts looking for any kind of traps that might be
Perception.
waiting for would-be thieves.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing there.
Oh. Maybe it's okay to take these.
So we thought about the sword too.
Yes.
And it worked. Look, now that orc has big bad sword. And I have big.
Kinda.
Everybody win.
Well, Meepa, feel free and touch one.
Meepa reaches out cautiously and touches one and then pulls his hand back real quick. Anything?
Nope, nothing.
Hmm.
You feel no heat. You feel nothing. Nothing.
He reaches out and takes it.
Um,
Holds it up.
Yeah, you're kind of forced to use your dagger to kind of pop it out of the hole, but
Okay.
but you can. It's not a problem.
And he'll pick it up and look at it in the torchlight.
The light that was in the stone fades as you take it out, but it looks like a precious gem to you.
Well, grab the other one too, Meepa.
Meepa goes over there with his dagger and eagerly pops it out.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. Take it.
And then he turns to Toolby and says, "Close your eyes here, hold it out. Meepa has present for you." Close the eyes and hold out hand. Meepa has present.
Oh, I don't trust. Okay. And she'll close her eyes and pull out her
Okay.
hands cautiously.
And he puts a gem in her hand.
And she'll open her eyes and look at it.
Thanks. I think.
You're welcome.
Now,
Yeah,
what are you-
stick with me. Lots more for you. Where'd that come from?
All right.
He pockets the other one.
Think these are used for anything?
I think they're for looking at.
I feel like they might be for something else, but who knows?
Constable takes a look at the gate there. Just
It appears that you can push it open.
yeah, he pushes it on open to continue.
Yep, you can. You can just move right past.
Oh my.
Everything okay up there?
Something odd. He kind of walks a bit closer to the center of the room.
Yes, it is odd.
You see this glowing square in front of you with a circle in the middle. From this, you can't see any more details. To your right and left are sarcophaguses, one that's closed, one that's cracked and ajar.
Interesting.
Well,
Could see what's inside of it, maybe?
Meepa creeps closer to the light.
Careful.
From this distance, you can see that there is a handprint in the center of the circle. A large handprint. Indentation.
An indentation.
Yep,
Is Meepa's hand too small for it?
it would be yes.
Oh,
That's
Meepa
clear
not
to see.
used to being too small.
like, how much bigger than Werther's would it be?
It's hard to say, Ruthor. You think your hand might fit in there? You're not sure.
Maybe Ruth will try.
Let me try an intelligence roll here.
Meepa backs away.
Oh, his first intelligence roll he's ever made.
Oh my god, it isn't it?
The light finally went on.
You think that your hand is too small, Ruthor, as you kind of gauge it from. There's only one person here, probably with a bigger hand, and that's your son, Gazik.
Gazik,
Huh?
come here.
All right. What?
You can see that handprint?
Squints at it. Yeah.
My hand's too small.
You always had small hands, Pop.
Meepa.
Think your hand can fit it?
I can try. Remember what happened last time we messed with shiny crap?
Yeah, something bad could happen. I'm not gonna ask you to do it.
Yeah, just step back in case something happens.
What's up, Meepa?
Just ready.
Oh, okay.
Putting your hand in there.
Yeah, Gazik will take one hand off his great axe and spit in it, and then place it right in the middle of the handprint where it's supposed to fit.
Put your hand in there, and you notice that your hand fits perfectly inside. There's not a bit of wiggle room, but you're able to force your hand in easily. It's kind of strange how naturally it fits. As it does, a bright light immediately shoots up your arm and towards the ceiling. And as you kind of follow the light up into the ceiling, you see it goes through a small hole in the ceiling and disappears. And then there's a rumble on the floor. And I'll let you respond to that.
Gazik pulls his arm back after all that happens and just kind of braces himself, holding on the axe, looking around crazy, wondering what the rumbling's about.
Yeah, Constable kind of shifts as well, wondering what's going on.
There's looking around. The earth moves.
Careful.
Yeah, the whole place is shaking at this point.
Oh no.
I think it's time to go.
We need to leave.
Come on, Tulip.
Meepa starts running.
As Meepa starts running, the sarcophagus lids fly off, and two things rise out of them.
Oh my.
They're almost incorporeal. You can kind of see through them. And everyone but Mipa is going to have to roll a horrifying roll.
Oh dear.
So this is with 1 bane, a willpower with 1 bane. Oh, actually, no bane, no bane.
Alrighty.
No bane, huh?
No bane.
Yeah, Constable.
Holy schmuck.
Balls of steel.
Oh, yeah! Quite literally. Holy crap.
So everybody passed except Ruthor. Ruthor, would you like to use fate point? I think you just succeed on a fate point, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you could do that or not. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it.
Okay. So everybody is able to steel themselves as these things just kind of rise out of these sarcophagi.
Constable's sword, like, kind of, he raises it, you know, with that blaze in his eyes in response.
Alright. Feel free to mark your long versus short.
I'd have to go long to get the one near me, right?
I would say you're probably, yeah, you'd have to go long for that one. And you guys go first.
Well, Mipa has no idea what's going on except that the earth is shaking, so he's going to move a whole way out here before realizing that nobody is behind him. That's assuming that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
He was taken off. Like, come on, guys, let's go. Guys.
Mipa, roll me a perception, actually. Okay.
Yep. Come on, guys.
So I will pull out his dagger, is it?
Ruthor? I think he has an axe too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, wait, he'll pull out the axe. I don't know, looking at the items and yeah, longbow, dagger, no axe listed. But I know he did have an axe.
Yeah, you look at your tokens. That's all I cared about.
Alright.
Longbow axe.
And he'll try to hit this thing with the axe.
Okay, go ahead. That's a miss. You swing and your axe goes right through it.
Okay. I suppose, yeah, Constable will pull up his super fancy sword, and he's not going with both of them this time, just that one, as he'll strike towards it. So it's 1 bane against horrifying, right?
It's yes, yeah. Make sure you have a bane in your attacks, guys. Sorry.
And yeah, no problem. I'll use prayer to kind of even it out. And here we go. Oh yes.
Oh wow.
18.
So you hit it, and it like, as the blade cuts through this thing, it like lights on fire, kind of briefly, and it scorches the image that it passes through. This hissing sound.
Nice.
Tulip will ready her bow, and which one's been fired upon already? This one?
Yep, that's the one that's hurt.
Alright, so she'll fire upon that one then.
Alright.
Mm.
That's also a hit.
Awesome.
So that one, the arrow like catches it somehow, and you can see it kind of turn as it sticks in its shoulder. I think that's all for those who are fast, right?
Yeah.
So,
think so.
the one that's being hit, like, swings out with its claws towards Constable.
Alrighty. Oh, nice. Got lucky there.
And it does miss, actually.
Oh, nice. I'm the one person that needs to get hit by that. No one else get hit by that, please.
It, like,
Wow.
rakes against your armor, but, or your flesh, your metal flesh, and sparks. But nothing comes of it.
Ooh. Glad to be a clockwork.
Gazik, you're actually up. They're beating up on the one in the corner.
Did we learn anything special about these things? Or no?
If you look at the last roll, I mean, you can...
Yeah, that's, I mean, that, but I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
then
not
when you
really.
hit it, it's like, oh, nothing happened.
No.
Gazik's just gonna see this thing come out and take it as a personal challenge. Sprint full speed, axe swinging.
Okay. Miss.
That's not very good.
Yeah, you swing and your axe goes through it.
Gazik
Doesn't
just looks at
catch.
his axe like something's wrong.
1 second. Yeah. Oh my god. Alright. Meepa. You hear something kind of coming from the way the entrance. And you see the orc's face that was killed kind of, well, you see his helmet basically staring at you as they're coming through this opening to the south of you. You see they're bunching through the door, but they're not through yet.
Hello, boys.
And then back at Gazik, this one swings with its claws, countering. Oh yeah, that hits.
That would definitely hit.
So, yeah. Let me do this a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so it hits, does 5 damage. So make a strength check with 1 bane. You succeed. Okay, you take 5
I will
damage.
also choose to go
Mhm.
berserk.
Okay. And that does what exactly?
So I gain plus 10 bonus to health, cannot be charmed, compelled, or frightened. Attacks with weapons deal 2d6 extra damage, and I must take a fast turn whenever possible. I also make attack rolls with 1 bane.
Okay.
So I'll be at 32 health. It's 10 temp.
32 health. Okay, I'll just alter your bubble. Alright, I think that is it for this round. Please choose your action types.
Staying the same.
Alright. People with fast, go ahead and go.
Ruther being dismayed that his axe went through. Well, yeah, do it again.
Alright, give yourself 1 bane when you attack. That's a hit for 3 damage. So you're definitely whittling it down. You swing this time and your axe catches something. And you should be able to actually roll. Yep. So do an extra 1d6. Okay. It's still there. You catch it. It's not living, so you don't do the bleed.
Alright.
Alright.
Nice.
Who's next?
Post constable can take a swipe. Use it as a prayer boon. Ooh, there we go.
So you hit this thing, and as you do, you swing through, and the thing just vanishes into mist and kind of floats into nothingness.
Nice.
Sound. Tulip? Gazik?
Alright.
I'll do it.
Oh, do you want to go?
So Gazik, after taking whatever happened there, I don't know if he swiped at me or what, but
Yep, he
Feels-
swung his claws at you.
yeah, feels the sting, pain of claws coming into contact, skin making him bleed. Ugh. You made me bleed. I don't like that. And just winds up for a hard swing and misses.
Yep. You swing and it goes through the thing again.
I can imagine him sending chunks out of the tomb all over the place.
Yeah.
That kind of damage, man.
Alright, Tulip.
Alright, and Tulip will knock another arrow and fire at the remaining wraith thing.
Okay. Yeah, you can take another turn. You hit it and it kind of like staggers back. You're surprised, but you hit it where Gazik did not.
And she'll take
Kind of
an
in the back.
Yeah, take an opportunity to fire again. Oof.
Also hits, so you put 2 in its back. Like back to back.
Nice.
Okay. Meepa, you're up as the slow.
Yes. So I will, when I see these guys, I stop short and pull out my crossbow. Seemed to work before. And take a shot
Alright.
at whoever's first.
Yep. Oh, boy. So that you hit it in the head, and its head snaps back, but you notice that this thing doesn't fall like the others were falling so easily.
Meepa will use his triggered action to move
Okay.
back a little bit. Let's
Mhm.
see. Speed 12. Wow. Meepa fast.
So they begin to move. They're going to use half their
And
move.
Meepa looks behind him and he's confused because he expected they'd be right back there, and
They're not. They start moving out. And then they're going to use their second action to move again. They're starting to get closer. And then you notice that they're getting closer, and you think that they're very slow, but they're actually not as slow as you would perhaps maybe think, as they begin to continue to move. As they move another 3. And they're getting extremely close. Not quite close enough to you, but they're definitely giving chase. And that is it, so go ahead and...
You didn't roll for the... I don't think you rolled for the guy who's fighting me.
Oh, did he not attack? Okay.
I don't believe so.
Okay. So I will. Go ahead and roll a strength roll. Take 5 damage. I'll let you manage your own bubbles.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to use the fate point? Ghost.
No. It's just
Okay.
being impaired, right? I mean,
Yeah, impaired
Let's...
for 1 minute.
Okay. I remember what impaired does.
it says it on there. It's another bane for my attack rolls.
Okay. So it cuts you and you're like shaking as it hits you. So go ahead and choose your stance.
Same.
Yeah, we're choosing stances, Darren. So
Yeah, mine will be the same too.
all right, those who have choose their stances, go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Ruther's.
Flying out of the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Swinging for the fences.
Okay.
You just can't. For some reason, your axe is just going through this thing.
Ruther, seeing his son in trouble, immediately run up. And I meant to do long, so I'm waiting.
No, you're fine. If you're long, that's fine. Tulip Constable.
Constable. Yeah, Constable's gonna charge on over. Pretty much, yeah. There. Try and leave Ruther a bit of space, and so he'll make his attack with a couple of banes. Oh yeah, it doesn't quite land.
Goes through him again.
And Tulip will wind up for the attack again.
That misses just barely.
Oh, first miss.
Goes through it.
Ooh,
Meepa.
this one's tough. I think he went AFK for a sec, unless he.
I think he said.
back
I think
already.
he said he's back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't unmute. Yeah, I'm back.
'Kay.
Meepa's gonna shoot at the same guy he hit before if he can distinguish them.
Yep, it's the one in front. It has a crossbow in its head. Crossbow bolt.
The bolt, yes.
Yep. Put another one in its head, but it does not fall.
Alright, triggered action to move again.
The creature in front of Gazik comes down with both its claws.
Man, he's so consistent with those fives. It's
I'll
bizarre.
take it. I'll take it. Better than
Yeah.
getting smashed.
Yeah, compared, man.
And then go ahead and roll your strength.
Is it gonna stack up, or
What's that?
is it gonna stack, or does it just reset?
God, it,
The target
So I'm
must.
impaired for 1 minute.
Oh yeah, probably. You're probably right. Yeah, I probably wouldn't stack. That's fine.
God, there's 4 5s in a row. I just
Yeah.
noticed. Yeah, it is actually.
Oh,
What?
you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So 1.
Yeah,
Well,
its claws comes
Only-
across your face.
If only it was ones on the attack roll instead of the damage roll.
Yeah, right.
These things continue to move behind. Yeah, these guys are gonna probably catch you. And then
They want their
1d3.
fingers back!
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Meepa, they're right behind you.
Alright.
And you kind of look down the other side of the hallway and you see that there's actually more coming from the other way.
Oh, snap!
Alright. Go ahead. Ruthor, you're up, actually. You should have went
Alright.
before, but it doesn't matter.
Ruth will move in the engage after seeing guys that keep messing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, swing the X.
Get him.
Whiff.
The whiff party.
Okay. Go ahead and choose your actions.
Same.
Same thing.
Yeah, I'll go the same.
Samesies.
Can go long, Ruthor.
Yeah.
What's the
Right now,
reason?
energy in case we kill it, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
imagine
Alright.
it hears the squeaking from Meepa and shuffling in the halls.
I'm gonna try to put
I'm
this.
sorry. I'm sorry.
As Gazik continues to whirl his axe around and knock pieces of this tomb into oblivion, he will attempt to once more attack this thing. There it
There
is.
you go.
That hits.
That's
So,
a lot.
13. Wow.
25,
Wow.
I think. No, it's 13 and 18, 26.
That kills it.
Oh,
So
the
how does
attack-
that
the
look?
attack roll greater than 20. Well, I guess technically it was, but with
Yeah,
bands.
it is.
So Gazik's just been angry this whole time, swinging through, sees people missing, sees himself missing. Just be real for a minute, and just overhead swings just right at the perfect time, and just bisects it. And I don't know if it's blood, just whiffs, whatever. But
It just goes into a whiff of smoke and just disappears.
See, even kill things that aren't there.
I
And
do that all the time.
And as that happens, these. Well, let me ask you guys: are you guys hurting for time? Do you want to speed this up? Do you want to play it
I'm
out?
fine.
I got no.
How about you, Darren?
constraints.
I got about half an hour left or so.
All right, we can push through then. So yep, that happens, and so you guys are still good to go.
New round.
No, that was the beginning of the round. So
Okay.
I don't know if I could squeeze past Tulip to get out here.
yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Kind of shift out there to then see
metal
a
orc.
mess.
That's my game.
Meepa. And that's him. Oh my.
Tulip will kind of follow suit. That's kind of.
Meepa says,
Sorry, I brought trouble. Vengeful dead. Vengeful dead.
I have this image in my head of Meepa saying, sorry, take them back, throwing fingers at
he's,
them as he
he's
backs
already,
up.
yeah, he's got his bag in one hand, and he is taught. He tosses the bag at them, like take them.
All right. Ruthor, you are up.
All right. So there's a whole gaggle of people at the door.
Meepa didn't get to go yet.
Oh, yep. Go ahead, Mika. Sorry.
Unless it's, or is that
Nope.
the same round?
No, you same round, but you were fast, right? So yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I was going to fast. I was gonna use my triggered action to move back and pull out my dagger.
Yep.
He was gonna pull back in the room, but now he sees Tulip. He can't let her be in front.
Meepa,
All right.
two gentlemen for that.
All right, Ruthor, go ahead.
All right. So Arthur's just gonna try to squeeze through all the people.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, you can't shoot though because that was too long, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, their turn. I'm going to say they can get one at a time. One of them moves forward, gets right next to Meepa, and attempts to grab him.
Haha, no fingers. Oh, shit.
They have enough fingers to grab you. So you, yeah. So that's gonna beat your agility anyway. So basically, it grabs you by the shoulders and it's like ah, and it's like pulling your face closer into his face. This one comes over to Ruthor and attempts to do the same thing.
So is that damage, or he's just grabbing?
Nope. Yeah, you do take the 2 damage too. Yeah,
Alright.
because they're like clawing at you as well. Ruthor, same thing. Grabs you by the shoulders. You take 1 damage. And the rest of them just kind of move up, but are kind of blocked in the hallway. All right, choose your new round.
I think this time, go slow.
Slow, because I kind of have to. If I want to get in on it. I'm putting up some markers for myself for impairment and rage as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have a whole lot left.
Okay, who's gonna go?
How does grab work?
Grabbed. Let's see. Grab. I think you have to make a. So you are grabbed. That's a condition.
It's a pain in the butt. Is what it is.
Yeah, size equals if you're grabbed, size equals you know. You can't move away. If the creature size is larger, which it's not. It doesn't escape. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, which is under. I it's always. Yeah.
Escape.
forget everything.
Strength or agility roll against the strength of the creature.
That's basically all you can do essentially is like try and get out of it.
Yeah.
Ah, so
and
no
that's
attack. No attack.
Yeah, that's your turn. Yeah.
Alright.
That's pretty good. You get away, Ruthor.
Alright.
So you break free.
Get your paws off me.
I'll let Meepa go next, because
This thing's like picking Meepa up off the ground by his head or shoulders, and his little legs start kicking frantically, and he tries to wiggle free. Not thinking that's gonna work.
nope. Yeah, it's just lifting you closer and closer.
Yeah. Meepa's just screeching.
This thing that is picking up Meepa has 2 crossbow bolts, 1 in each eye.
Alright.
Tulip, I believe. The Tulip, are you red or?
Oh, I'm, sorry. I'm, blue. Take that one off.
So go ahead, guys.
Um,
You can't get, so Constable, you're blocked from getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Like Tulip, you could shoot. I would let you shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tulip's definitely gonna shoot there. Probably the one that's holding Meepa right now.
Mm-hmm.
Out of Bane.
You know what? We didn't do frightening. probably should have, but that's fine. No, you wouldn't have a bane.
Shoot between Meepa's legs.
In before you roll a 1, yeah, be careful.
That is a... That is a... hit.
Sweet.
Alright, hold on 1 second. I think that's gonna kill it.
Ah. Too little down, Meepa.
Oh my.
Yep, hits it in the head, and it just, like, drops Meepa to the ground and crumbles.
Are you okay, Meepa?
Oh, he was going to eat my face.
That's okay. We're here.
Any chance there's enough room for him to squeeze through now?
Yeah, you could squeeze through, and that would be your turn to get through both of them and stand in front of Meepa, if that's what you're thinking.
Cool. Yeah, that's what he does. He kind of clambers over them almost and in front.
Yeah, Meepa kind of
Towards.
fell to the floor, so you can step over him, and then he's gonna get up.
Yeah, he'd actually probably by now have his sword and shield out since it's
That's fine.
taking a bit for him to get here. Yeah.
Yeah. So the zombie tries to grab Constable.
Nice.
It does not. Bounces off her shield and it isn't able to. Against Ruthor, same thing. Nope. Missed him. So they're trying to get at you guys now, but they can't get a hold of Constable or Ruthor, and the rest are blocked from the back. Gazik, I'm sorry, Gazik, you should have went.
No, you're fine. I don't know what I can do anyway, but if I can do something, it's going to try to push through everybody to do it. So,
Meepa stands up and gets knocked over.
I mean, he's in a rage, so my thinking is not thinking straight, and I'm just trying to. I hear sounds of what fighting. I mean, if I can, I would pry this bully dad right the fuck out of the way.
Go ahead and roll strength with 2 banes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Where do you want to put? You can put Ruthor in the corner or behind you.
Nobody puts
Put dad
Ruthor
in my corner. No, I would run past and move, dad. Just grab him by the back of his collar and throw him back towards Tulip.
Okay.
Meepa's standing up and he
Switch
just
spots.
bowls right into him, knocks him over again.
Dad, I want to hit the zombies.
Yeah. I think everybody's gone, right? So,
I think so.
Yeah.
new round.
Do I gotta do a law to switch weapons?
Yep. Tulip, now that you're shooting through 2 people on each side, you'll be taking a bane.
Oh, okay. I'll still hit. It's good.
Yeah, you'll hit something.
Oh yeah, I don't need to be
Yeah.
slow anymore.
I'll aim for Meepa if I need to.
That's no way to talk about your boyfriend.
Debatable.
Okay. Alright, go ahead.
Go ahead, Constable.
Alrighty, yeah. Yeah, he'll swing out with his fancy undead slaying sword. Ooh. And
You hit it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think I'm going to spend a casting of control flame as well for my divine smite to add an extra d6.
Okay. Good.
For an extra 3, so yeah.
Yeah, it hits it and begins to burn it, but it's still there in front of you.
Yeah, his
Standing.
blade kind of erupts in like more flame than there was before, kind of mingling with the flame that was coming from the sword itself.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he get an extra die 6 against undead?
He does.
Woohoo! Meepa, read.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I forget. It's an extra... Yeah, thank you.
Do it again.
So it's actually 14.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's burning, but still there.
Can we roll that one?
Like my passion for tulip.
Yeah, you can apparently you can roll that one with. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tulip does have the thing.
Yeah.
Is that
Fast.
all the time?
So it's whenever a creature within short range rolls a 1 on any die, you can use a triggered action to discard the roll and let the creature roll the die again.
So it's basically once per turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's
We got one more.
15 now.
Maybe you should.
Okay.
Every bit matters.
I think it's me then.
Just make miles.
Yep.
Yeah, Gazik, foaming at the mouth at this point, just goes for an overhead swing, probably scraping the ceiling a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's made with 2 Banes. Yep. 'Cause I'm berserked and impaired. Yeah, that's about right.
Oof.
Yeah, you hit the ceiling and it just alters your axe so badly you miss. Okay. So that's only fast people, right? Slow people, you go now.
Oh, Meepa takes shot.
Reaper shoots.
Oh, right in eye.
Oh my! And it drops it. Oh no, it doesn't. It's only 3 damage.
Oh. I was gonna say.
Yeah, it hits it in the eye again, but still standing there.
That's fine. Meepa don't like eyes. Not tasty.
Ruthor.
Ruther will change his weapons out. After he gets up.
And then you can shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, does that damage include my trickery? I don't know what you put into the macro.
That one doesn't. What's your trickery?
It gives
Is it
me an extra
1d6?
die 6 if I.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. 2.
5.
Got it. Dead.
Yeah.
Yay!
I have a feeling like that was probably exactly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Meepa lawyers his way to victory.
So since these things don't seem they can get you, you just hack these things down as they get closer and closer, and are able to dispense of them, leaving yourselves beat up but not dead. Certainly.
Nice.
That was terrible.
Meepa goes and sheepishly recovers his bag of fingers.
Yeah, Constable starts going around cleaving heads off again, just in case.
So you search the rest of this place, and you find this pool of water in front of you, and you think that of everything you found in here, that might be what you need to recover for Phaedron. I'm just gonna speed things up just a little bit.
Meepa
So
sniffs the water. Does it have a disgustingly wholesome smell to it?
Yes, it smells better than any water you've ever had or smelled.
Yeah.
Ugh. Who wants this yucky water?
Do you think this might be it?
We should collect it.
Do we have anything to hold it?
You have water skins, etc.
I was gonna say, Constable probably carries a spare for everybody else, just in case.
Yeah, you got stuff.
Alright, let's split her up.
Yeah.
So you're heading straight back to Slippery Stream then?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
I imagine we probably take a few water skin's full of the
Yep.
hopefully magic water.
Yep.
Just in
You
case.
bring you return to Slippery Stream, and it's a couple days later, and you find Phaedron laying in his bed, gasping.
And Tulip will kind of run up with the water skin.
Dad, they're here. Are you okay?
He does not respond to you.
And she'll pick up the water skin, kind of unscrew it with shaky hands.
Come on, just drink this. It'll be okay. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, you're forced to kind of force it down his throat, more or less, for him to drink it. He does so, and his eyes flicker open, and he looks to you. He whispers something to you.
This water tastes like ass.
No. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're here. Everything's okay. We got the water, right? No. Dad, I can't go. Can't leave. And to kind of grip his hand tighter. Dad?
Meepus, is it working?
Dad?
His breathing stops, and his eyes are open, looking at you unnaturally, as he no longer lives.
And Tulip will just kind of sit there. Drop the water skin.
Ruther will put his hand on Tulip's shoulder. The great orgasm now.
But I thought you'd still be here when we got back.
Constable kind of walks up and puts a hand on Tulip's shoulder. He's quiet, unusually.
Meepa offers her the other gem.
Sorry, Tulip.
Thank you. And she'll kind of reach a hand up and close his eyes.
You lived a good life.
But we weren't in time. And
Go ahead.
she'll kind of look down towards his hand and she'll open it up and take out the small rolled piece of paper and read it.
Tulip takes a piece of paper from Phaedron's hand and unrolls it and begins to read, and that is when the screen fades to black. And that's it.